Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Not done anything for a couple of weeks. Reason being, the weather. It's been so hot here. I've not been able to do anything really. It's been bright sunshine for 2 weeks, and we've had 2 days of rain. One being end of last week. It was a massive thunderstorm. It lasted all night. It was fantastic to watch. And then it's rained this morning. But the temperatures have been anywhere between 27 and 37 for the last 2 weeks. But the majority of it has been in the 30s. Just a couple of days it was down to 27, I think, but majority between 35 and 37 degrees. So it's been too hot. I couldn't go in my hide. 10 minutes in my hide, I'm sweating. Being outside just in the sunlight, even with a hat on, it's just way too hot. So unfortunately, sometimes that's just the way it goes here. It's just too hot. Maybe some other photographers would obviously go out and do it, but for me, I can't cope with it. It's obviously with me conditioning, with me COPD and stuff. It doesn't allow me to do that in the really hot weather, so I have to miss out, and I hate missing out. I want to get out with my camera constantly. So what I've done over the past 6 months, we go out, don't we, and we have an idea what we're going to do and what we're going to photograph. But in the middle of all that, we start taking photographs and we start filming, and we get all the B-roll we need and get all the footage that we need for the specific vlog we're going to cover. And I've got some nice footage. So what I'll do, I'll put the footage on for you. I'll just do some voiceover, because I'd rather do something than do nothing. So let's get into it, shall we? You know, I absolutely love this. 5 male great tits all together having a bath, taken in slow motion, 100 frames per second. I love slow motion. It just shows so much detail. Next up, the brambling. What a beautiful plumage this bird has. Lovely little woodland bird. So next up, a siskin, another beautiful plumage bird, similar to the brambling really. Don't see it that often, but when I do, it's a pleasure. Not just one, but 2. A male and female. And next up, we have a blue tit. Now, who doesn't love a little blue tit? Gorgeous, aren't they? Next up, a willow tit. Doesn't stay around too long. Off it goes. Welcome. Great spotted woodpecker. I love seeing these come to the reflection pool. This one's a male. You can tell with its red patch on the back of its neck. This one is the female. They're very territorial. Quite funny really. A tree sparrow dare come close to it and it has a go and pulls a feather out. What I thought I'd do, because I can't get out, maybe do something a little bit around the garden. So maybe a little macro photography. But I haven't got a macro lens. But I did find some tubes. And I've got a few telephoto lenses, so I thought I'd try a little bit. I need to do some research really in this macro photography. It's not easy, is it? I think a lot of the best pictures that I see on macro photography, I think they're all done inside with setups and stuff, because obviously going out in the wild there's all sorts of issues. A little bit of wind, a bit of movement on the subject that you're taking. It's just a problem with focus. And I've had a couple of days having a play with it, and just 10 minutes here and there because of the weather so hot. I think I've realised that you can't do macro photography without some sort of macro lens, really. Even though the tubes are alright, but they're not that good. And I think I need to learn how to do some photo stacking. Now I've looked at all my software that I've got on my computer. I've got a few different photographic softwares. I don't have Photoshop or Adobe, but none of them have a stacking facility. So I need to find a program that's not ridiculously expensive, and start taking 15, 20, 30, whatever it needs to be, pictures, and then I can put them and stack them together. And that's when I think I'm going to get the good results, because at the minute the results I've got aren't really that good, but I'm going to put them up anyway. I'm learning. So that's another chance to do something different with my photography. A bit of macro. Even on video, I think if you can video in macro too, that's another thing I'll have to have a look at. But there again, the problem with macro photography is your depth of field is so small. It is really difficult. But it's a challenge, and if we can overcome it, we've got the technology, so we'll have a go. So I'll put these little bits that I did other day. They're not brilliant, but I'll show them anyway. A honeybee on my pumpkin flower. And this has been photographed with the extension tubes and on my 70 to 200mm L series. And then on one of my roses, collecting some pollen. You know, I do find it fascinating looking at close-up like this. It just gives you another depth of what actually goes on in the insect world. So we'll just cross over now to some stills. Same again with the 70 to 200 on these ones. Some were taken on me 100 to 500 as well, like this one. Like I said, they're not brilliant, but I think, yeah, I need to get the focus stacking so I can take multiple photos and then just stitch them all together and hopefully get a fully sharp picture. So, we'll see. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I can't get out, so I have to do something with it all. And I'll see you next time.